In this video, I've flown down to West Palm Beach, Florida, and I've rented from Hertz the new Polestar 2, a 2023 model. So if you want to see what the experience is like in renting an electric car from Hertz and a little bit about this car and how to use it, stick around. My family and I decided to spend a long weekend in Florida to celebrate our cousin's 40th birthday. So we hopped on a flight from Detroit, Michigan to West Palm Beach. Instead of doing what I usually do, rent some boring car from Hertz, I decided to try renting the new Polestar 2. We did not exactly get off to a good start. No issues with the flight or the shuttle to Hertz, but when we arrived, we had some trouble checking out the car. I'm a Hertz Gold member and my name should have appeared on the board upon arrival. Nope. So the Hertz employee directed me to this new 2023 Polestar 2. The vehicle, as you can see, only had 1,735 miles on it. We packed our stuff in the car, jumped in, and made our way to the checkout booth, where they asked for my paperwork, and I said I don't have any. I gave them my driver's license. The lady looked up my rental, but seemed confused. Finally, she gave up and said, "Okay, I'm going to open the gate for you, but I need you to go back around and get some paperwork." So I went back to the first employee I'd spoken to, and he said, "You don't need paperwork. Follow me to the checkout booth." So he walks over to the second checkout booth, and I drove up, and he gives me a short 2-page document, and he lets me go. Now, I think it's important to note at this point, at no time did the staff offer any instructions on how to operate the vehicle. Now, it's not a big deal for me, as I have reviewed a number of electric vehicles on my channel, but if you're new to electric cars, it might be a little confusing. There's no key to insert, there's no button to push to turn the car on. All you do is put your foot on the brake, push down on the gear lever to put it in drive, and away you go. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time describing the car in detail. I'll do that in another video. But I want to point out a few items you will want to use. First is how to use the center screen. The first thing to keep in mind is that the home button is this line at the bottom of the screen. This is what the home screen looks like. At the top of the screen, you'll see what appears to be the front end of a car. If you push that to configure the drive settings. Under drive, you can configure the steering feel from light, standard, or firm. At the bottom, you can configure one pedal driving. So when it's set at standard, you can actually drive the car with just the accelerator pedal. When you release the pedal, it will slow the car down to a complete stop. That is, unless you change the creep setting to on, then it will slow all the way the car down, but not to a complete stop. It will creep forward instead of standing still. When you touch the word charge on this screen, it'll show you the battery level. You can also find this information in the dash screen above the steering wheel. This display will also estimate how many miles you have remaining on your current charge level. Now let's cover the adventure I had with the first time I tried to charge the car. Okay, so if I come over here, I will show you that I am currently at 34%, 90 miles of range. So I'm going to come back over here to the home screen, and then here if you touch chargers, Google Maps will come up, and it's going to locate, there's an Electrify America 12 minutes away, and I'm going to push that one, and it's going to give me directions, and I'm going to say start. And that's where I'm headed to go charge the car up. Alright, so I'm at Electrify America. So let's close. Okay, it wants me to plug in first. So we'll take that one around and see if it'll fit. Right there. It's like I gotta take the plug off the bottom. I gotta see if I can make a good connection. Yep, I'm getting a green light, so that's a good sign. We'll come back over here. Connecting to vehicle. So there's a whole handshake that has to take place between the charging station and the vehicle itself. So once it indicates that it's connected and has a solid connection, then it will allow me to begin the charging process. Which reminds me, I'm going to get in the car for a moment, and I'm going to show you. Oh, it looks like Charging info, range 80 miles. All right, so I'm going to set the bar. I'm going to move, let's see, to 90, because I don't want to charge to 100%. I want to charge to 90%. Okay. So now I'm going to get out, come back over here. Charging start error. Charging cannot be initiated. Please ensure the vehicle is plugged in correctly. Your credit card has not been charged. To start a new charging session, reconnect. Oh, it came up. Okay. Pay by credit card or mobile wallet. Use the credit card reader to get started. Okay, so we'll go down here and we'll grab my credit card. If I hold it up there, see if it likes it. Plug in to start. Okay, maybe I gotta swipe it. Use the chip reader, okay. So we'll use the chip reader. Mobile credit card chip reader unavailable. Okay, so charging has turned into a nightmare. Couldn't get those two to work. Come over here, this one says unavailable, so I'm gonna go over and try and use the one on the other side of this car here and see if I can get one of those to work. Okay, now we're going to try for the 5th time. So let's unplug this one. See if I can plug this guy in. Showing green, which is good. Connecting to vehicle. All right, so that's good. This is where I left off last time and couldn't manage to get it to work. So now it's asking for my credit card. So let's do that. Processing payment, authorized. Move your card, charging is initiated. Okay, it is 4:36 p.m. and we have begun at 43 cents per kilowatt hour. Now let's go back to the car. Climb in and see what it's reporting. So green means it's charging. So says it'll complete at 5:17 p.m. Battery level's currently 32%. Limit is set at 90%. She is zipping right along. Charge time so far 23 minutes in, $15.04. Energy delivered 36.63 kilowatt hours. We're up to 74%. And there we are, we're done. We charged to 90%. It is 5:22 p.m., which means it took 46 minutes to get from 31% to 90%. So now we'll step outside and we'll show that the total ended up being $21.07. And so we're gonna hit stop. And then I'm gonna come over here, see if the light is flashing. You can now disconnect it and put it back where it belongs. Notice the fans and everything on the charging station stopped. Let me plug that back in where it belongs. And we'll put the cover back on. And we are ready to go. So there it is. Gives me all the details. Oh, there's a session fee, charging fee, tax $1.68. So $22.75 is what it ended up being. The issues I had with my first attempt to charge the car had more to do with Electrify America than the Polestar 2. In fact, for the most part, I was very happy with the performance of the car. The model that Hertz rents you is the dual motor model that can do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds and a top speed of 127 miles per hour. My two minor complaints would be rear visibility. As you can see from this image, due to the slope of the roof, that rear visibility is pretty limited. And my family complained about getting in and out of the back seat, that it was a bit tight. In fact, my mother-in-law complained about knocking her head as she got in and out. But other than that, it was a nice car. Fast, comfortable, certainly got the job done. But then came my next issue with Hertz. Now, I've pulled into a parking space to describe to you the issues that I've had with Hertz and this vehicle. So today is our last day of renting the car, and I was curious, well, what charge level does the car need to be when I return it to Hertz? So I went to look at the contract or the paperwork that they gave me when I picked up the car. And this is it. This is all I got, was this little 2-page thing. And there is nothing on here regarding what charge level the car needs to be. In fact, the only thing on here, and I apologize, put my glasses on so I can read it, it talks about the fuel level and what they charge per gallon and that sort of thing. So, you know, the printout talks about a gas-powered car, not an electric car. So that wasn't helpful. So I figured, okay, I'll go to Hertz website. I'm sure I can find it there. Nope. Went to frequently asked questions. Couldn't find it there. I couldn't figure out if they have a requirement of what the charge level needs to be. So I finally decided, fine, I'm going to go to their social media accounts and I'm going to ask them there. So I sent them a message through Facebook Messenger and I tweeted at Hertz and said, okay, what do I have to return this thing at? And so it took about an hour, but I finally got a response from Hertz, and I'm going to read it to you because it's rather long, to explain what their expectation is when it comes to the charge level when you return the vehicle. With the purchase of the optional charge purchase option, or CPO, for a fee of $35 at the time of rental, you can return the EV at any charge level above 10%. Now, they never told me anything about this when I rented it. I went back into Hertz and started a new rental to see if there was any mention of it in there. Nope, can't find a thing. If you return the EV at the same charge level as at the time of rent, the CPO charge will be removed. If you do not elect to purchase the optional CPO and you return the EV with a charge level less than 70%, you will be assessed an EV battery recharge fee of $35. Unless the charge level at the time of rental was less than 75%. And I have a photograph of the dash when we picked up the car. Believe it or not, it was 74%. If the EV is rented with a charge level of less than 75%, no EV battery recharge fee will apply at the return. If you return the EV with a charge level less than 10%, an undercharge battery fee of $25 will apply, in addition to any applicable EV battery recharge fee. That was the answer that I finally got by having to tweet and message Hertz in order to get an answer as to what they expect the recharge fee, or excuse me, what the recharge level should be when the vehicle is returned. So, I almost feel like Hertz is just, the idea of renting electric cars for them, they're just not ready for prime time. It's like they've got some work to do internally to iron out the bugs and be clearer to the public on how this is handled. So we're on our way to the airport, and the only place we could find, of course, was 15 minutes out of the way. And this is called FPL Evolution. It's these charging stations. And it requires you to download an app to your phone and register an account and set up your credit card. I mean, talk about making it complicated. So if you are someone who is renting a car, keep that in mind, as you may have to go through that whole process in order to charge your vehicle. And that concludes this video of what it's like to rent a Polestar 2 from Hertz. So have you rented one of these from Hertz before, or maybe one of their Tesla models? What was your experience like? Positive, negative? What did you think of the Polestar 2? Drop me a comment below and let me know what you think. My name is Tom Stroup. You've been watching Find the Right Road. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks, and we'll catch you next time.